namaste from the Kathmandu Valley in Nepal. Thank you for joining me here as I walk around these quiet little streets. I just passed through Kokana village here, which was affected by the earthquakes. Unfortunately, I couldn't stream from there because I just could not get strong enough connectivity. So I'm kind of in between Kokana and Bungamadi right now in the Kathmandu Valley in Nepal. Just checking out some of the villages that I visited when I was here in May, right after the earthquake devastation. I'll be able to show you some of the temporary housing that they've built. And this is a really nice home that foreigners have built for disabled students. Beautiful home, which is really nice and looks fairly new. I don't believe it was finished when I was here in May, but that I don't believe has anything to do with the earthquake projects here that are going on. And by all means, just give me a shout out where you are so I can say hi to you. Where are you following here today? Hey, Flex Pavilion. And please feel free to share the broadcast. Just swipe the screen left to right on iOS or up and down on Android. And this is one of the temporary shelters here that is built. And all of these ones around here are all, this is Nepal, this is in the Kathmandu Valley in Nepal. And some of the rice that they're processing right now drying out because it is the rice harvest. And these are the temporary homes. So you can see Danish People's Aid contributed to this. Thank you so much. And you know, some of these places would house several families, not just one. And this is basically what people are living in right now because many of the homes were destroyed. They were traditional Nuari homes, so brick, and in some cases just mud mortar. So many of them just crumbled during the earthquakes. And these shelters are, you know, pretty basic, but it keeps people dry. I'm not sure how warm it'll keep them, but it does keep them dry. And we're just going to be traveling up to Sanku village, which was hit really hard. Many of the homes were destroyed in Sanku village. And we'll be just heading up there shortly. This is a traditional Nuari village. And thank you for your thoughts, your kind thoughts. So I mean, it's a farming village, so you can see harvesting underway. Based in Bangkok. Oh, very cool. Nice of you to join us here. Thanks. And you know, as you can see, the tourists come out because they want to see the traditional villages here, and it's very, very different than Kathmandu. I live in Asia, and I traveled around Asia. I'm a journalist, and I produce a video podcast that's seen around the world. Thank you, FarEastAdvTravl. Thank you so much. Thanks for sharing that. And currently, a friend of mine is up in Sindapalchak, and he's working to raise money for the village up there. Derek Cowan, you can follow him at Entrepreneur OAJ on Twitter and Periscope. And he's helping a young man in his village that I met when I was here in May, and it's a very cool thing to see. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for joining me here in Bungamadi. Thank you. Thanks for sharing that. And I'm going to be heading up to Sanku village right now. We're just heading back to the car, and it's a little bit of a drive. It's a very historic place, but it was many of the homes were destroyed in that village, and I visited it on several occasions when I was here in May. Yes, Sanku village. travel area Asia, yes. Southeast Asia, East Asia, and South Asia. So this is where you really can see what the earthquake did to this area, to these villages and these homes. Thanks so much. You're in Taiwan. Well, you're taking my place because that's normally where I am. That's very cool. Yes, this is bad. And many of the homes, that's why those temporary shelters are set up, because you know, many of those people that are living there right now, this is where they used to live. And as you can see, there's going to be a lot of rebuilding that needs to be done here. Oh, that's great. I'm glad you were able to do that. Yes, this is one of the water tanks of the village, right? And so many of these villages have a water tank. So we're just heading back to the car, and then we'll get in the car and drive for maybe about an hour out to Sanku, which is the kind of the last stop before you move on to the Sindapalchak district, which was, like I said, one of the worst hit districts. Yes, thank you so much, and please, you can retweet my tweets too if you're following me, which would be really helpful, so people can see, you know, get to share some of these things with people, because the regular media is long gone. There have been some people that came back to do sort of a look back and where the state of Nepal is right now, but there's really not a lot of international attention here. So it's really good that people get to see that there's still a lot of work to be done here. So I'm going to sign off, and yeah, thank you. I'm just actually, thank you so much for doing that. But I'm just going to sign off now, but I will be broadcasting again from Sanku village. So I hope you join me then. In the meantime, John Sabo, Far East Adventure Travel on Facebook, Far East Adventure Travel Nepal as well on Facebook. Thank you so much. Namaste.